U.S. State Secy Rubio dials Jaishankar, Pakistan Army Chief Asim Munir after ballistic missiles fired at India. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio dialed External Affairs Minister Drive S. Jaishankar and Pakistani Army Chief Asim Munir separately after Islamabad resorted to launching ballistic missiles aimed at New Delhi, shortly after an IMF bailout of $1 billion was approved for Pakistan, Reuters reported. Rubio said in both calls to de-escalate the situation and offered to facilitate talks between the two countries as tensions skyrocket. Nanan Secretary of State Marco Rubio spoke with Indian External Affairs Minister Subramaniam Jaishankar. Secretary Rubio emphasized that both sides need to identify methods to de-escalate and re-establish direct communication to avoid miscalculation. He further proposed U.S. support in facilitating productive discussions to avert future disputes, a U.S. readout said. Jaishankar confirmed receiving the call from Rubio and said that India's approach has always been measured and responsible. Had a conversation with U.S. Secy Rubio this morning. India's approach has always been measured and responsible and remains so, Jaishankar tweeted. Had a conversation with U.S. Secy Rubio this morning. India's approach has always been measured and responsible and remains so. Drive S. Jaishankar Jaishankar May 10, 2025. Nanan Pakistan went on an unprecedented offensive soon after the global moneylender nodded the immediate disbursement of about $1 billion to Islamabad under the ongoing extended fund facility, despite India's strong opposition to these funds that were being used to spread cross-border terrorism. State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce said that Rubio urged both India and Pakistan to de-escalate and offered U.S. assistance in talks. Secretary of State Marco Rubio spoke with Pakistani Army Chief Asim Munir earlier today. He continued to urge both parties to find ways to de-escalate and offered U.S. assistance in starting constructive talks in order to avoid future conflicts, Bruce said in a statement. Pakistan, which initially fired small drones into the Indian territory before the IMF Executive Board meeting, stepped up the attack and fired 6 ballistic missiles at India, one of them aimed at New Delhi but was shot down in Haryana's Secy. All of the missiles were successfully shot down, sources said. Escalating the situation, Pakistan launched Fateh-II ballistic missiles at Indian Air Force forward bases and cities in India as they launched Operation Bunyan Marsis on Saturday. The Indian government sources said that Pakistan dared to set on the misadventure after the IMF bailout, as they did not want to jeopardize the deal. Pakistan did not want its IMF bailout to be jeopardized in any way. Hence, their big escalation has come post that. Pakistan also cleared its airspace on Saturday morning, unlike Friday, indicating it waited for the IMF bailout before launching its big operation, which has been foiled by India, sources said. Swipe left for next video. Responding efficiently to Pakistan's unprovoked attack, India struck back at multiple key cities, including Islamabad, Lahore, Rawalpindi, among others. India, under Operation Sindoor, hit Pakistan's Air Force bases in Nur Khan Air Base in Rawalpindi, Rafiki Air Base in Punjab's Shorkot, and Murid Air Base in Punjab's Shakwal, inflicting major losses to Pakistan's military arsenal. Latest blogs.